We are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports. Very grumpy Lions fan here after that absolute, I don't even want to call it a shit show, just disaster though in Joburg. And we now turn our attentions to Cape Town. Stormers in a very similar position to the Lions to a certain degree in terms of trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. A win today will very much do that. A loss could suddenly make it quite difficult. So they're currently sitting right now just 2 points off the top 8. A bonus win would actually put them as high as 6th and give them 4-point cushion for the drop. But a loss could actually kind of go ahead of them, for example, and all of a sudden they could be quite well outside the top 8. Edinburgh, luckily for the Stormers, not getting a result last night has opened that door a little bit. But it's a good Stormers side, missing a couple of players though, but very strong. And Connacht missing a couple of big players. No Mac Hansen, for example, no Bundy Aki. So missing some big players, but there's still some very important players as well in this Connacht side. Kickoff coming in about 4 minutes time. So we've got a bit of time to get your score predictions in and let me know where you're watching from and what excites you about this game. And so let me know what the chat is and how are we feeling after the weekend. The Sharks were absolutely awful last night, and it's a Sharks side that should have absolutely decimated Edinburgh. Very, very lucky, I think, to get the win in the end. And the Lions doing Lions things where they just, were very poor in the first half. It couldn't really ever come back. Yeah, it's a disaster union, to be honest. And SA Rugby could not be less bothered about it. And I think it really frustrates me that, SA Rugby is helping, the likes of the Sharks bring back Sia Khaleesi and really giving a lot of assistance to other unions to try and, get Springboks back here. And the Lions just continue to sort of plod along with absolutely no support and no plan and no accountability either. But we turn our attention to the Stormers, and they are back down in Cape Town. I'll actually be at the Stormers game in a week's time. First time I've ever actually going to go to the DHL stadium. So if you are in Cape Town and you're keen to catch up next week, I will be at the stadium, which will be quite a lot of fun. So keep an eye out for me there. But tonight we are back in the studio and covering it from here. So give me your score predictions. Yeah, I'm thinking that there should be a Stormers by at least about 10 or more, especially when you look at the Stormers side that we will have a look at very, very shortly. If we look at the Connacht side, not bad, but not at the strongest. But let's go have a look at what the teams are, shall we? So in the starting lineup here for the Stormers, it is Aston Mark, Andrew Hugo Fentas. Sazi Sunday getting an opportunity to start. Not many starts to his name during his Stormers career for the tight head prop. Simon Murat, Ruben van Heerden in the second row. You think on Paul de Villiers, Mars Tennyson, and Evan Ruiz in that back three. Stefan Nangura will partner Sasha Famagamazu starting at 10 today. Warren the back three. Dan Villiers with Dan Duplessis at outside centre. It's more or less probably a stronger back line as I think the Stormers get. You put Kobus Reinach back into that side next season. And, obviously, my Liebach, for example, if you wanted to try and fit him in, it becomes quite difficult to do so, which is nice problems to have from the Stormers. Off the bench, it is JJ Kotzer and Vernon Matongo, the Varsity Cup star in the number 17 jersey. Then Brock Harris, JD Schickerling, Lonel, Dion Free, Paul de Vet, Ben Loader going with a 6-2 split because you've got Damian Willems, Shash Farmgomez, who can cover basically the entire back line. Well, Connacht, you've got Peter Dooley starting in the front row next to Dylan Tierney, Martin, Finney Beedham. He'll be important today in trying to get a bit of scrum ascendancy. In the second row, Oisin Darling and Derek Murray. Kian Prendergast, watch out for him. Big ball carrier, very important player for Connacht next to Conor Oliver and Paul Boyle. Ben Murphy will partner Jack Carty in the halfback pairing. In your centres is Cathal Ford and David Hawkshaw. And you've got a back three of Shane Jennings, Shea O'Malley, and Piers O'Connor. Off the bench, it is Dave Heffernan, Jordan Duggan, Jack Ungia, Josh Murphy, Joe Joyce, Matthew Devine, Santiago Cordero, and Sean Janssen. So not a bad bench that for Connacht. As everybody here comes out for his 50th DHL Stormers appearance. And we will have kickoff very, very shortly. So still opportunities to get your score predictions into the comments. And let me know where you're watching from and what you think is going to happen in this game. As we get ready for kickoff over here. Salmurat leading out the troops. And a seriously scary backline. I think that's probably the main thing. Stormers get that front foot ball, then the backline can have an absolute field day, really, if they get going. So that's really exciting from them. And Please do smash a like on the video, by the way. Let's try to get as many people as possible into the comments so we can have a good time. And we'll move into our new watch-along view or studio, for example, just after kickoff when the stats start to pull in, which is quite cool. But in the meantime, we can have a look at the teams over there. So those are the teams currently line up at the moment, and you can see there on the side, just getting inside. So those are your two sides. Well, the first side and then the Connacht side will rotate in. We will have kickoff. Stormers will playing right to left. Buckle up and let's get ready for what's hopefully a nice strong game from the home side. Whoever thought that it would be a good idea for Connacht to wear their blue shirts? I mean, they've got blue that goes into white in the back, and Stormers have got blue with white stripes in the back. This is a disaster of a kit choice, to be honest. Close up, it's not too bad. You can see more of the white of Connacht than the blue of Stormers. But from a distance, I've got no idea what's plotting. I mean, Connacht playing green. Why are they just playing green? Anyway, very, very odd. But pretty well done in the end. And Jack Carty will look fine touch and will find touch by Warkalam by the halfway line, who drops it and can't take it quickly. But good kick chase that from the Stormers. So first line of the day, and Andrew Hugo Fenter, he struggled a little bit recently with his line out, so needs to make sure it's a good one and goes somewhere out to the front. Ango goes flat to Damien Willems, so he bounces off one. Still goes Damien Willems back outside the back door there for Sash Famagom Zulu. He puts it to the boot, and then behind, well chased here by Sanakla as well as no, it's actually Kalant and Hartzenberg. And from the breakdown, Connacht do fine touch. Good work there from Stormers. I'm really excited to see the Sash Famagom Zulu, Damien Willems link up, because when those two are on song, I think those two can work really well together. But it's a good clearance initially from Ben Murphy, and it'll be a nice opportunity from Stormers a little bit further down the field. So down for Andrew Hugo Fenter. He's been struggling in that area recently, so it'll be tough to be able to get the first one out of the way. They go down the blind side, do the Stormers. Decide to hold on to it, does Marcel Tennyson. That's a huge carry coming from Salman Murad. He sits down. I think it was Oliver Boyle potentially. Now, bit of a fumble from Sasha. Goes short to Simon Hartzenberg. Hartzenberg pops it up on the ground. Back to Sasha. Sasha got himself. Sasha with the pace. And into the corner. That is the perfect start. Ball in one hand. It was a brilliant pickup initially from Sash Famagom Zulu. Nice line being run. And that's brilliant work from the Stormers. He's got all the goods to Sasha. All the goods. And that's exactly what they would have liked to have started with. And the Stormers faithful applaud their superstar in the making. Sash Famagom Zulu gets the scoring underway. Now he'll get his kicking tee and probably add the extra 2. That's the perfect start there from Stormers. It's exactly what they would have wanted. Great offload from off the ground there from Suleiman Hartzenberg. And then shows the dummy, and he's got the pace. It's just a mismatch in terms of a couple of forwards hanging around and around the back line. Sexton 2 defenders there, Suleiman Hartzenberg. And then bang. No one's touching him. Hardware Galant could have actually popped it into him, but said, no, thank you very much. I've got this covered. And now the kick to come. And it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Straightens as well. So straight over the pole. 7-0 from the Stormers. All courtesy of Sasha Famagom Zulu. Well, the perfect start here from John Dobson will be a very happy man watching that. To the left-hand side, go kind of from the kickoff back, pretty central. They're targeting where Lunch takes it well. Unger under a little bit of pressure here. Needs a couple of extra forwards to come in. Still under a lot of pressure here, Stefan Unger. Big counter coming from Connacht. He eventually gets it up, but he takes too long, gets charged down. It's pretty telegraphed, to be honest, but he gets a penalty forward for, I think, being in an offside position. So gets away with that one, does the scrum off. And our Sash will be able to kick this further downfield. And it's a good penalty. That's a good line from Andrew. Defender comes around to collect as well. Yeah, nice little wrap around there coming from the Stormers. And just getting the timing slightly wrong, and then accidental obstruction is what they're pinged for in the end. Nice work. It's kind of nice ball over the top as well. Shane Mullins now. Working hard in the tackle to the inside. Carty will give options. Left-hand side. Good hands. Very, very nice hands. A bit of space now all of a sudden for Ben Murphy. Paul Boyle takes him to contact. Good work there from Damien Williams to the right-hand side. Murphy were looking for options there. The left-hand side. Hands. Quick hands in contact. Bit of space on the left side. Oliver Boyle. Now lots of space there for Shane. Shane's actually got nobody in front of him. And he literally walks in. I don't even think he realized the way he was running. He was kind of looking at where all the players are and then realized he had nobody in front of him. And off over he goes. Well, that's terrible defending from the Stormers. Connacht hit back. Yeah, they'll not be happy about that, will the home fans. Far, far, far too easy this time for Connacht. Yeah, first real opportunity with the ball in hand really for Connacht, and they're over already. So it's poor defending from the Stormers. Good work there from the home side, from their away side, with Carty ready to try and make this, try and level the scores. And it's pretty comfortable with that. But yeah, it sails over the middle, and they are level are Connacht. Well, after the perfect start from the Stormers, they've then had a torrid time defending. That's a good take there from Connacht. It's much the same as Connacht did. Stormers trying to go down the middle of the park there. Eventually available. Yeah, and keeping it nice and simple as Ben Murphy, which is a good clearance towards the right-hand side. I'm just sorting out my stats screen over here so that you guys can see some of the stats of the game itself, which is a nice little new feature that we've kind of added to our studio, which should be quite cool. And they're going to the rolling more here are the Stormers. David Willems wrestling hard in the tackle there. And now Sasha goes to the boot, ball over the top. Not sure it's the right option, but it actually ball bounces back straight. Oh, I tell you, he tried to almost kick it over the back with the back heel. Would have been audacious if he had managed it. But Stormers up to the 20 to the left-hand side now. Ruben van Heerden on his 50th cap. Works hard to present it well. And into the referee will have a scrum. And here we go. Aha, there we go. So there's a couple of live stats for you guys. Most tackles at the moment, the most line breaks, the likes of that, as well as the territory. So just adding a bit of extra information for you guys to work with. We are working on the scoreboard. I don't know why it's not. It's taking a while to update. It is just slightly behind. It's about a minute behind, so it will update eventually. We don't know much we can do with that, unfortunately. So that'll update eventually. But there we go. So I think it's our first scrum of the day, actually, here. Interesting to see how this goes. Ali Vermaak up against Finley Beelum. International quality for Connacht. Stefan Unger, I think, looking to try and get this in relatively quickly would be my guess. And free kick, yeah, typically taking it from Unger. To Damian Willems, the first two. Damian Willems steps back inside. He's desperate to find a bit of form, as Damian Willems, after so many months on the sidelines. Inside ball, good work that to Andrew Hugo Fenter. Chip and chase at the top, and they've made a bit of a mess of that. He's actually tackled the man behind the line there, so that's really good work that from Sasha. That's carried back in the end from Shea Mullen, so it'll be a 5-minute scrum here for Stormers, piling on all the pressure at the moment. Looked like he was actually shaping to go for the drop goal, then saw a bit of space, put it onto the right boot. Once again, the bounce of the ball favouring Stormers. He goes back and eventually manages to tackle it behind the line. So an attacking scrum now for Stormers in the perfect place. Referee having a couple of words with the front row about what he's seeing at scrum time. I mean, how scary is it when you see a conference happening? You got the likes of Sanatla, Satchwan Gobazoo, Dave Vincent, Warwick Land, all chatting amongst each other about what they're going to be basically cooking up at the back of this 5-meter scrum. It's a very scary part. I don't think any team in the world, even international, I think would have a look up and say, "Oh, hang on, that makes us feel a bit uncomfortable." So plenty of options right and left here for the Stormers. It's just left of the posts. So they can work this on the right, they can work this on the left. Stay locked is the call for the referee. Straight under the feet there. Ball available for Evan Rose if he wants to go. He leaves it for Stefan Unger. Well, Kalam did it on the left-hand side. Uruslo's on the right-hand side. Urus goes over. Has he got grounding? He has, says the referee. That's a huge carry coming from the number 8. Stormers hit back. And tell you what, I don't know how he's managed to do it. He had about 3 players around him. The dummy came ready from Warwick Land, who sort of basically peeled on the left-hand side to make it seem as if they were going. And as he went, Angra took a step to the left, and Evan Lewis burst down the right-hand side. Such good acceleration from the big number 8. And then as soon as he got into contact, just the leg drive to get over here was remarkable. Bang, 1, 2, and he's just twisting in the tackle and just manages to free his arms. Oh, I'll tell you what. Referee said he saw grounding. There's a lot of hands underneath there. Not entirely sure if... I would probably have had a look, I think, if I was the ref. But no issue from Sashi. He pops it over, and the Stormers say thank you very much. They get their second try of the afternoon. And we've got 21 points so far within the first 15 minutes. So it's been quite an exciting start to the game. If we carry this up, we're in for a pretty high-scoring game. That's a nice take off the kickoff there coming from Stormers. And he almost gets through to Sleman Hartzenberg. Could have been actually guilty of crawling there. Listen to the boot, yeah. It's a good take, actually. And you win a space, all of a sudden you have a Connacht. Get the offload away as well, Jennings. You shush. Ball at the top, then Warwick Land. Oh, he's not giving him the chance to take it quickly. He's hammered that into the stands. His Warwick Land. He managed to appeal across. So it'll be a 5-meter line out here for Connacht. So it's the perfect reply coming from them. And I'll tell you what, Shane Jennings is finding a lot of space on the left-hand side. As it stands right now, Stormers will be in the top 8. They go to 39 points, level on points with Munster. Slightly behind on points difference, but Connacht at the moment will only go gain 1 point from this as it stands, would be a losing bonus point. Ball at the top. It's a good line up there coming in. It's Derek Murray now back inside. First receiver. It's good to carry there from Cathal Ford. A slow ball. Ben Murphy actually slipping off the ball. Short goes Connacht. Spinning around the tackle. He's burst through. I think he's got grounding as well. He has got grounding. Connor Oliver replies with a try of his own. And Connacht about to be level again. It's remarkable. It's like neither team really wanted the lead. This is absolutely bizarre. And now still lining up a second conversion of the day is Carty. I mean, it's just like, it's like defense is extremely optional at the moment. Yeah, I didn't have much time actually with that one, but eventually managed to get over. So Stormers level after almost 18 minutes. Connacht at the moment just basically responding to what the Stormers are doing, going sort of toe for toe with from a try point of view. We're not going to be talking about the Lions. There's no need to talk about the Lions. As far as I'm concerned, they didn't play today. A bit of a disaster up at Ayers Park. But yeah, scoreboard will update in a second. It is 14 points apiece. And please do like the video, by the way. Try and get up to 10, 15 likes. I mean, small numbers here, people. It's Friday, Saturday afternoon. Well, you can do better than just watch. Go and chuck a like. They've actually even got a counter which works these days. We're trying to become very interactive with our streams. And sort of anybody new kind of sort of jumps into the comments and the likes of that. So Yeah, to the right-hand side of the Stormers go. Damien Willemse puts his head down. He's been full of running today, Damien Willemse. So really like to see him get back to full fitness and start proving that he's ready to play international rugby once again. Ungra to the right-hand side. Sasha loading up his options. He decides to go to the left. Oh, he spins around the tackle, gets through. Ball's available to Moss. He passes it back to Sasha. He's going out to the poles. There's a scintillating rugby in Cape Town. That's the 5th try of the match within 20 minutes. It's Sasha Famengomazulu's second. I mean, as I said, tackling is completely arbitrary here. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's the interplay, though, from the Stormers. The handling, the hands, the support play as well. It was Paul de Villiers, actually, I think. And it comes back inside to Sasha Famengomazulu. Then spins away from the tackle, Finley Beal, and pops it up to Paul de Villiers, running a good line. Bang, left hand shoulder. Good support play from Sasha. Under the poles he goes. And the Stormers faithful are absolutely loving what they're seeing from the youngster. I mean, it's, as I said, defense has been completely arbitrary so far today. Now pops it. I mean, we haven't even had 20 minutes. 20 minutes, 21 points to 14. We have had close on 40 points in the first 20 minutes. It is mental. Absolutely mental. Yeah, it's the support play, though. I mean, he just looks up and looks at the options. The spin away from Finley Beaton creates that, but it's the support play as well. Paul de Villiers right there as an option every step of the way. Sasha Famengomazulu, even after he throws the offload, he's making himself an option. Now, Damien Willemse looks to try and run it from the kickoff. And says, bit of space for Seb Battler, who's, I think, just been pulled into touch. He has. Not sure it's the right option in the end. But I don't mind that, to be fair. I don't mind trying to be a bit of... I mean, the scoreboard still hasn't caught up. We're going to have to switch to a manual scoreboard. This is actually driving me up the wall. Pay a fortune for all these data providers that can't give you a score. Not going to hand, so but Connacht do hold on to it. Paul de Villiers' penalty advantage coming from the Stormers. To the right and left hand side. Shane Jennings finds a lot of space back inside. Comes in. Jennings looking for options. Eventually brought down by Sash. I think he's lost the ball forward. They'll go back for the penalty advantage. Alright, so yeah, we'll swap to our automatic counter in a bit. Just taking a bit of time to update. Not entirely sure what the issue is there, but we'll try and fix that at half time. Anyway, point is 21 points to 14. Stormers conceding a penalty now, and Connacht have set up a 5-meter line out, so an opportunity for them to hit back once again. It's literally how the entire afternoon's gone. Stormers have scored, Connacht have scored. Stormers have scored, Connacht have scored. Stormers have scored, will Connacht score again? I mean, 5 tries, 20 minutes. Defense coaches, I think, at the moment on holiday. They have a lot to account for. And they feed. Good line at that. Look at the rolling more here, Connacht. Once is the call coming from the referee, but they've got a second go there, and Stormers players have come through, and they seem to have hands on the ball. This could very well be turnover from the Stormers. I don't see how that ball's going to come out, and it is going to be turnover. That's really, really good defense for the Stormers. The first time, really, where Connacht have looked to try and reply, and the Stormers have actually been up to the task. Previously, they've conceded, is the only way of putting it. John Dobson barking instructions. I don't know if you're happy or not as a coach. I mean, obviously, you're in the lead as John Dobson, so you're thinking, cool, well, in that case, you know, lack of happy days. But at the same time, they have not tackled particularly well, and they've conceded lots and lots of points. Far too easily, if you ask me. So Paul de Villiers so far topping the tackle charts with 7 tackles so far. A marking conversation with the referee. Just chatting about some of the scrums things before we do have our scrum here. It will be a Stormers feed. I haven't really seen too much dominance so far from the scrums from either side so far. Stormers have been pretty solid. They very much are going to miss the likes of a Netley Bashir and Francois Herbert. Sazi Sandi is not somebody who's got a lot of experience, especially starting really at this level. He's played SC under 20s, Sazi Sandi. He hasn't really, I think, kicked on like the coaches were hoping he would have after the, showing so much early potential. I think he probably would have actually benefited from a few more years in the Varsity Cup. But a penalty advantage from the Stormers, that's much better, and the penalty does come. And that is on Sazi Sandi's side. So he'll take a lot of confidence out of that, the youngster. He's been needing that. Couple of Connacht fans sinking the lagers, and why not? I mean, they're nice and cheap, and you start bringing euros down to South Africa. Those lagers are very, very affordable. Up towards just part of the 10-meter line now, the Stormers on the left-hand side. Andre Hugo Fenter set to feed the line out. Right here and pops it up, and Rodrigo Fenta, and all the space for Paul de Villiers. Tell you what, Paul de Villiers is having a phenomenal game. He still goes Paul de Villiers. What a prospect he's looking like. To the right hand side, he goes Ungra. Ball pops out to someone. Gets the other way. Sasha Mamagomazulu. Chipper chase himself. If he regathers, he's going to regather. Oh my goodness, that's a hat trick in the first half. He is generational. Absolutely generational is Sasha Mamagomazulu. I mean, it's just ludicrous. 3 tries in the first half. Ball back inside. The chip and chase. There's a reason Rassie backs him. There's a reason they're putting him in so much, so early. And it's just so good. Nah, it's a different level. He's a different level when he's playing like this. That's absolutely incredible. However, that is not great, though. His conversion comes off the post. So not ideally that. But goodness me, Sasha has absolutely lit up the DHL Stadium. I get to watch him next weekend, which is going to be a lot of fun. But a hat-trick in the first half, that is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That's a good take as well coming from Stormers. Which is important as well, just to do the base right when it comes to kickoff like that. It now falls back to Stormers' side. Well, eventually, no, it actually falls to touch. And it's almost rolled exactly back to where Stefan Ungra actually kicked it. $26 points to 14. That is officially 40 points, and we haven't even had half an hour of rugby. As Mark Stoney, Sasha Feinberg Carter. It literally feels like that. It feels like that's exactly what I'm watching. It's mental. Really nicely worked that. Good defense. Connacht to the left-hand side. They need to try and find a bit of spot. Carty just dabs in behind. It's a nice kick, actually. And a little pressure. It's going to stand, but it bounces off the back. I'll tell you what, Shane Jennings is coming through. And Sanat doesn't get tackled into touch. So this will be a 5-meter scrum. Good work there from Connacht. Just trying to put pressure on them and try and get themselves back in the game. Look, a converted try, and they're right back in it. But it's a great kick, and it just slows up, and Warwick can't get it. Actually bounced off his arm, thankfully into the path of Sanatla, because Shane Jennings was just behind him, and that could have been a bit awkward if he had gotten there first. So it'll be a 5-meter scrum here for Connacht. Stormers had a penalty at the last scrum, so they'll be looking to try and see if they can wrangle another one here. So break and play, a couple of players getting a treatment, and we're not even at the half an hour mark, by the way, so it shows you the kind of crazy game we've had so far. Referee saying he wants to see no movement when it comes to the scrums. He wants stability. That's the main thing, stability. Philly beat him up against Ali from Mark Sazi Sandi. He's having a go at Peter Dooley. On the far left-hand side, so they've got a lot of space on the right-hand side to work with. The reset, yeah. So referee saying he doesn't believe that they're holding up their weight. So I think he's having an issue with the stability coming up from Connacht. Yeah, they're not taking the hit at the moment. So Sunday's having a good time. Yeah, I think he reckons he's got the better of Peter Dooley. So he really wants to have a go at him. Big scrum coming. And it's another scrum from the Stormers. And again, I think it's Sunday looking at Peter Dooley saying, you're not taking the hit. Finley Billiams having a chat. He can't believe it. I mean, when do props ever agree when they get penalised? But they're not taking the hit. I think that's the main thing. They're not taking the hit. So I think they're saying that they're not happy with the way it's lining up. But you've got to take the hit, and they're not taking it. So penalty for the Stormers. They get themselves out of there. Referees had words now with Dylan Tinney Martin, the hooker. Yeah, they're not taking the hit at all there. So 3 penalties conceded so far from Connacht. And 2 at the scrum time. So it just shows you that the Stormers scrum at the moment are decimating them. Need to have them to change here. Ruben van Heerden, front of the line-out. Good line-out, take that. Paul de Villiers actually goes himself after being held inside. And Tim Angler goes and pops it up to Sal Murat. He's actually had a good game of Sal Murat today. Showing a bit of physicality. It's a nice skill set. Stormers playing nicely at the moment. Stefan Angler looking to go to the boot, bringing in the up and under. And leading the chase there is Suleiman Hartzenberg, who takes it brilliantly out the air. Penalty advantage, I think, as well for the Stormers. And Evan Roos picks up and goes. Brought down the ground by Oisin Dowling. Ruben van Heerden. He gets through a gap. Gets back into his feet and eventually places. Stefan Angler, penalty advantage. I think it was because Ruben van Heerden was crawling. Didn't quite manage to release the ball and they have another go. But they do have a penalty here to the Stormers inside the Connacht territory, so they can just kick to the corner. No, they're going to have a shot at goal here, says Sal Murat. But I think it's the right decision here from Sal Murat. I mean, you've already got your bonus point try. Now it's about the victory. So 29 points to 14. Just start notching up those points. As I said, you've already got the bonus point. So right now they're sitting in 6th place. But again, their points difference is not phenomenal. But you got to just protect the lead here. You win this game now, you go into the top 8. And you've got a home run in, so you can really give yourself a good chance of finishing in that top 8. Had the Lions won today, they would have won 35 points. Would have been in contention. They didn't do that though. And Sasha is looking pretty good. Yep, sails over. No, to the right hand side. That's 2 in a row he's missed. Oh dear, he's human after all. Deep from Connacht from the restart into the hands of watchalongs. What can he conjure up? He goes inside, and everyone knew it's going to want to have a bit of a run himself. Absorbs the tackle of 2. Does very well. Finley Beaton goes straight over there and wins it very well. That was actually very well telegraphed from Connacht, to be honest. They got 2 players ready for the tackle. Dominant tackle. Finley Beaton just sat back slightly, got his hand straight over that ball. Wins the penalty, and Connacht, well, there's no real point, I don't think, of them. In fact, they could take the 3 points. It wouldn't be the worst thing. 12 points behind. Make it a 9-point game. But Jack Carty's going to kick to the corner and set up a line out for the away side. Ball over the top. Let's go straight to the hands and fall into the cheapest. Paul de Villiers is absolutely everywhere today. And he heroically throws himself at the ball and comes away with it as well. That's not a great pass from David Willems. So Sleman Hotspur has to go back and retrieve it. Now he puts the hammer down. There's Hotspur, ball back inside. And lots of space here with Dan Duplessis. He goes to St. Atlas, just slightly behind, intercepted. That's Oisin Dowling of all people that's gone back and collected. And Evan Lewis, no appreciation of the law. That ball's clearly not past the feet. Therefore, clearly still in the rack, and he's gone through and picked it up and run away. Yasin Box saying Sasha Vindhat Ngoma Zulu. So another opportunity here for Connacht to set up a good line out. They've got just over 5 minutes left to play. If they score a converted try before half time, they're right back in it. If Stormers score next, then the Stormers, I think, have pretty much done enough in this first half. They have slowed down with the scoring because we had scored 40 points well before the half-hour mark. We haven't had any points now in about 5 minutes. So it's just so well done by Paul de Villiers there. He just throws himself into the air, grabs the ball in between 2 Connacht players. Dan Duplessis over here, that pass just needed to go to hand to watchalongs. Not great from Dan Duplessis. Just behind the player, straight into the hands of Oisin Dowling. And then Evan Lewis, clearly the ball was still in the ruck, picking up and running off with it. Not allowed, unfortunately, for him. Talented players, Dan Duplessis. Had his injury issue so far this season. Hasn't been able to probably played as much as he'd like to. But he's a seriously talented player. Pick up and go to short, and they're over. Oh, Connacht. Well, there we go. Dylan Tierney-Martin just did really well to stand at the back of that maul, and then just when he saw a bit of space, peeled off and goes himself. Connacht crash over. I said we had no points in a while, and we were due, and we get it. We get it. And he just bumps into Sash Famagomazulu and then takes him over the line. I mean, I would also back it. I mean, he ran straight into... Look, Sasha puts in a good shoulder. But unfortunately, it's never going to be... I mean, those sort of situations, Dylan Tierney-Martin versus Sasha Famagomazulu, you back the hooker to win most of those battles. Now, an important kick this coming year from him. So that's 19. I apologize for that. This is the kick to come. He's lost it. He's taken too long as Jack Carty. So it'll remain 26 points to 19. He's not happy with the referee, but he missed it anyway. So it wouldn't have made much of a difference even if it was in the clock. But either way, it's a chance gone missing for Connacht. So 26 points to 19. They get themselves back in the game. Still trail by a full 7 points. Stormers have left 5 points out there so far. Connacht have left 2. So had they've been flawless with the tee, it would be sitting at 31 points to 21. So kind of still the beneficiary so far of thing. Bonnie says, "Comdo boys, DLS." Has enough space for enough time for a third? I mean, a 5th, 6th try, 7th try, 8th try of the half. That's 7 tries this half. That's mental. Well, hands even Connacht. Cardi's seen a bit of space as well. Hartzenberg needs to change. Jennings cuts inside. Good defense this year from Stormers, just keeping Connacht parked behind the 22. They're forced to go to boot now. When Ben Murphy will oblige. I've got Zoo underneath it. Oh, then he just spilled it forward. Well, from the sublime to the bizarre from Sasha, really. I mean, it's like he was almost just trying to. Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat what he had said, but he was just almost trying to, I guess, to readjust the ball in his hand. He takes it clean, issue over there, and then he's just trying to get it into his hands a bit better to shape up for the pass, and looks ahead and completely loses control of the ball. So literally, sublime to the ridiculous, because that's the most unforced area you'll see, and yet man's got a hat trick. Because now, Connacht have got a chance. They do have a chance. They can get a penalty here, for example, get themselves into Stormers territory, then maybe they can find a late try and go and still well into this game. They're not out of this game by any means, here, Connacht. To the right-hand side. 4 now. Overlapping his card. He puts in the boot, but best to the back of one of the Stormers players. And they have managed to hold on to the Stormers. Now, Warkalam puts it to the boot immediately. It's swirling, it's swirling, it's swirling. It's just in time. Inside, is it? No, it's on the full. So a mistake that from Warkalam. And this is exactly the chance that they would have wanted would have Connacht, because now it's all the way back to where he kicked to, which I think is just inside, or just outside the 22. And how fractional is this? Oh, it's on the line. It bounces on the line. I think the wind just taking it. So it's just outside 22. But a big opportunity from Connacht with 15 seconds to go. They go short. Carty goes flat. Nice to know. And he's shaking the tackle. They don't even see Paul de Villiers, of course, is there to clean up. He's been absolutely everywhere today as the youngster. Finley Beelum, good tackle coming on him. Salman Murat's really gotten through some work off. And that's space now. Put the head down. They've got Shane Jennings. Shane Jennings going to go for a second. He is going to go to a second. Well, Connacht will score their bonus point try in the first half. This is absolutely ridiculous. They'll have a kick to level the score, but 26 points to 24 at half time. What are we watching? What are we watching? And it's just that the pressure there, and then there's such a big overlap when Warkalam is going across there. He has to commit, and no one's there. And Shane Jennings goes over for his second. Unforced errors from the Stormers. Absolutely no need for that. And the kick to come from Carty, that we could very well be level at 26 points apiece going into the break. And I'll tell you what, credit to Connacht, who have just not gone away at all. I mean, they were blown away a little bit to a certain degree by how easily the Stormers were scoring, but they've stuck to it and said, we can also score tries, and they have. And with 8 seconds to go, Carty starts to the right. That's way, way right. It's an awful kick in the end, actually, to be perfectly honest. So they'll go into the break with a deficit, but not a big one by any means. They'll be feeling much, much better about that. We'll Connacht. Right, we'll see you shortly after the break. Please don't go away. Smash a like on the video, by the way. So you have 10 likes. You can see a little counter there on the screen. So let's try and see if we can get up to like 100 by the end of the stream. And we'll see you guys very shortly after the break.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. Chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are here. trying to protect your soul.
Right, and we are back for the second half. And Storm is leading Connacht 26 points to 24. But Connacht have come back time and time again. And they've actually basically gone sort of traded a try apiece before Stormers eventually managed to get 2 tries in a row. But then Connacht managed to apply with 2 tries of their own and have brought themselves right back into the game. We've got a scrum here by about the halfway line. Bit of break and play, a couple of injuries. But I'll tell you what, Sash Farmer Jr. has been absolutely electric so far this afternoon. Already got a hat-trick to his name. And yeah, looking to try and build on that. Both teams currently with bonus point tries. Connacht will come out of this game with 2 points at this stage. Stormers with a full 5. And this is why I think the main thing for them coming into the second half is just to get a result. It's not about the winning margin. It's just about getting a result. I think that's the only thing that really matters when it comes to this match. Now, the Stormers come out with a win that will take them well into the top 8 and really light up their opportunity to try and go for those playoff positions. Connacht desperately need a win as well to remain in the hunt, because at the moment a bonus point last week went 35 points. That keeps them in the running. But if they were to get 38 points, for example, then that's a whole different kettle of fish, because that puts them into the top 8. So both of these teams on the brink of those playoffs. And can't afford at this stage, any of these teams really, to drop points or to not come good with a couple of important victories. And another reset here, scrum time. It's been a very messy scrum game so far, to be brutally honest. Both teams are struggling a little bit at scrum time. I think the bench is going to be very important in this game, and Connacht is a nice place to be able to bring on. Dave Heffernan's a nice player. Santiago Cordero being able to come on later, that could be a big a boost for the Stormers. A couple of nice players. Dion Faria, I think, is probably the big one. Your big sort of draw card in terms of experience coming on the number 21 jersey. JD Schickling will add a lot. Brock Harris is going to have to be good with Vernon Matongo, very inexperienced, the young Lou said. He's going to have a go later. But the groundwork really needs to be set, and a free kick there. And Stefan Angra does take it quickly. Sash Farmer wants to get Zulu. He wants to get going here, and it's a good first touch there coming from Shane Jennings. And he's got 2 tries to his name, and he puts in the return kick. It's a very good kick, but Sash Farmer Zulu takes it quickly, throws a long pass inside to Warwick. He sees a bit of space, goes to that left boot, searching for that 50-22. The ball will slow up just enough for Jack Carty to have time to add his reply. It's a decent reply as well. Stormers with a net game of about 25 meters, though. They'll have a line out just past the halfway, in fact, just short of the 10-meter line in the opposite territory. So a really nice opportunity now for Stormers to build from just past the 10-meter line. And Saturday Sunday is now also an HRA, which will see Brock Harris come onto the park. Coming into his final 2 months of professional rugby, Brock Harris will be retiring at the end of the season. So, yeah, a bit of an emotional time, I suppose, if you're Brock Harris, as he starts to bring it close to his career. May, June, and then that's him done. A legend of the game. Penalty of orange for the Stormers. And a lot of space. So we have Master Tennis, and he's looking for options to go himself. Just short of 22. Presents well. Ruben van Heerden arriving, but it was a good steal. And they'll go all the way back for the penalty. And Stefan Unger can't get the ball from under his feet to go try and take it quickly. So, a bit of time. I'm sure Shasha will just knock this into the corner, and they'll have a go from the line out. Da, 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 da. Ball over the top is a good take. Once is the call from the ref. And uses it, does Andre Hugo Fento. Off the back he goes. Unger goes back to Ruben van Heerden. Good work that from the big man. And penalty. 4 Stormers for obstruction. Ali Vermaak throws the ball down in anger. He found himself running in behind Salman Murat. Poor from Ali Vermaak, actually, to be honest. He didn't need to. There was space. There was space there. There's no need for him to get in behind Salman Murat. Getting the timing wrong. The Salman Murat is the dummy run. It's the delay in the pass really which creates it. You can see the frustration. I think he was looking past too. Stefan Unger just saying need the pass to come sooner so that he can run his dummy run. Is actually a dummy run, not just an offside run. Now, if you could see Sash Van Gomezulu's stats, which you can't because we've seen him so long, you'd see 3 tries against his name. It's been an awesome outing from him so far. 3 tries, 3 conversions. A comical knock-on as well, but in general, a very, very accomplished game so far. But Connacht now with possession. Goes to Ken Prendergast. Seen very little of him today. I think that's actually been a bit of a problem for Connacht. They haven't been able to get him into the game as much. We're just putting on a bit of pressure on Ben Murphy, and underneath it is Slayman Hartzenberg. He takes it well under the high ball. Stormers doing well to scramble as well and secured. Stefan Unger searching for the ball. He'll go to the left-hand side. Ruben van Heerden shows and goes. Unger goes to Sash Van Gomezulu. Keeps it nice and low. Ball pops up to Carty. Carty looking for options. Sees a bit of space on that right-hand side. Straight into the hands of Warwick Halan. Warwick Halan will look to reply. He's got Sanatle inside. Sanatle comes in. Sanatle still going. Sanatle with a bit of pace. And Spake gets the ball away to Sash Van Gomezulu. Sure, you can't get 4. Gets the other rest. Stefan Unger just brought down inside the 22. Evan Lewis doing well to arrive. Ball available for Xavier Willemse. He pops it up to Andre Hugo Venter. To the right-hand side. Tennyson. Willemse. Sasha. Oh, that's dirty. That is phenomenal. 3 tries and an audacious assist. Sasha can do it all. Gets the ball over there. Throws it out the back door. Straight into the hands of Samuel Hartzenberg. And Sasha is making professional rugby look incredibly easy at the moment. It is sensational what he's been up to today. You run out of superlatives. You really do. Hartzenberg was the one that goes over, but Sasha with a phenomenal pass. Also good to see is Sanatle going up at full steam. Even then the offload. But it's as they go to the right-hand side. Breaks the call here to Sasha. It's so good. It's so good. The backward flick pass directly into the hands of Slayman Hartzenberg. It's Sasha's world and we're living in it. We're just living in it. And that's going to go to the left-hand side. You can see he's a bit frustrated with his kicking. But 31 points to 24. Important for Stormers to score first, second half. And it's no look as well. Gets away from one. No look pass up the back of that. They're all. It's phenomenal. It is actually. It's so good. Daniel Willemse from the kickoff. Steps away from one. Eventually brought down just outside the 22. I'm going to keep ball in hand, y'all, Stormers, as Evan Lewis pops inside to Andre Hugo Venter. And Heffernan makes the tackle. Now Unger will go to the boot. Looking for distance here as Unger, and he's actually turned the Connacht player there as he has to go back, does Piers O'Connor, and now he puts it into touch, and I think he would have been carried back, so that would be a line by the 22. That's an awful kick in the end, actually, from the fullback. And allows Stormers right back into their half. Right, Fenter. Ruben van Heerden, Evan Roos shaped as the jumpers. It goes to Van Heerden, pops it straight back down to Angra. Angra to first three was David Williams, short to Daniel Duplessis. Second phase, this is where it'll go to Sasha. Sasha's around there, got short here to Evan Roos. Good work from Snatler there. And the hand comes in. That's a silly penalty from Connacht. And decision time now from Stormers. I wouldn't be surprised to take the 3 points here. I think that's nice and safe. I think, again, you need to start building your lead. 3 points, get you 4. Now they're going straight to the corner here. Oliver just slapping the ball out of Stephen Angra's hands. There's no need for that. Absolutely no need for it whatsoever. Playing the 9, it's really, really silly. And all of a sudden, you've got a line out on the 5-meter line. I mean, why would you do that? That's the big question. Why would you do that? Absolutely no need for that whatsoever. Good line at that. Evan Roos is just short. Now Ruben van Heerden. Good work for that from him. Brock Harris pick up and go. Makes a yard or 2. Hey, for Mark now waiting. He picks up and goes. Pick up and go once again. And good defense so far from Connacht. Who come away with the ball, actually, but illegally so, says the referee. Oisin Darling is the man penalised. I think they'll have another poppy at the corner. We'll just take the 3 out. I said, I don't know why you wouldn't just take the 3. I think that's exactly what they're going to do, actually. No, Stephen Angus is shaping up for the tap and go here. So Andrew Hugo Fenter says, no, move away. This is mine from Marks there at first receiver. You got Brock Harris on the shoulder of Fenter. Ruben van Heerden's there, as is Salam Murat. Pick up and go on Fenter. Now it's going to be Evan Roos going to pick up and go. Another pick up and go. Paul de Villiers, I'll tell you what, he'd deserve a try today, the way he's played. Penalty advantage. Looking for the ball here is the ref. I think we'll go back for the penalty. I don't know if they'll have it worth having another tap and go, potentially. Maybe a scrum. You can go for the line out and try and build from there. He's been absolutely tremendous, there's Paul de Villiers. He looks a real talent. We have another tap and go. Devil Duvenach in the coach's box. Tap and go from Fenter. It's basically exactly the same as what we saw now. Evan Roos will at the second phase. Another penalty advantage here as well. Now short goes Willemse. Willemse gets away from one. Eventually brought down. Willemse desperately trying to get over the line, but he's just short. Back to Roos. Oliver makes a good tackle. Lost a bit of momentum here of the Stormers. Is the ball going to come available? No, another penalty. I think we're going to see a yellow card. Yeah, we are going to see a yellow card. It had to come eventually, didn't it? It had to come eventually. Yeah, unfortunately, it was just a matter of time. You can't concede that many penalties in the danger zone and expect to get away with it. So I'm going to show the yellow card on the screen. Give me 2 seconds. Right, yellow card there for Connacht. So they're down to 14 men for the next 10 minutes. Sally Sunday, by the way, is back. So 5 minute scrum now for Stormers. Sally Sunday fresh from it. Dooley's off and Duggan is on. So a new battle starts, and no stability says the referee can have another reset. Oh, the scrums have been a mess today. An absolute mess. Plenty of URC action coming up this evening, and very, very keen to see how the Bulls do, who've been on the road for a while now. And they've got Munster at 6:15. So a big game coming up from them. Dragons versus Scarlets, and Palmer versus Glasgow Warriors. Leinster versus Ulster. Cardiff currently beating Ospreys. It's big for the top 8, that. And it's a free kick here coming to Connacht. Overextending, I think, a little bit there with the Stormers. So Connacht get the free kick. And after all that pressure, Stormers come away with absolutely nothing. Adrian Mark's not particularly impressed with that call. But it's a waste of opportunity there from the Stormers, to be honest. They had all those chances. 3 tackle goes. The scrum, line out, and nothing to show for it. 31 points, 24. I'll tell you what, Connacht's still well in this game. I mean, a converted try, and they're level. So as much as Stormers kind of feel quite comfortable, it's all but over. Off the back there, Willemse, Sasha through for Hartzenberg. And a lot of pressure there is Jennings. He does very well to stay inside. Ball's available, but taking an age to arrive here. Connacht. It's deep inside their own 22. Territory game has been really good this half year for Stormers. I mean, I don't think they've gone out of their half year of Connacht. I mean, you look at the territory at the bottom there. Connacht have just had 7% possession inside. Sorry, there's only been, inside Stormers territory. 7% of the game played in that 22, and that's mental. 31% played inside the Connacht 22. And they do get it away, but I mean, that's 66% of the game have been played in Connacht's half. So the territory game has been really impressive from Connacht. I mean, from Stormers, rather. But yeah, it's a good URC game coming up. Should be a good watch, and nothing really tomorrow, so it'll all wrap up tonight with Leinster versus Ulster and Zebra versus Glasgow Warriors, both at the same time. 8:30 kickoffs over there. 6:30 Dragons versus Scarlets. 6:15 the Bulls versus Munster. So just under an hour until that kickoff. And being hammered back there as a Thursday Sunday. They need to try and get this ball back out to the Stormers. I'm going to eventually go short. Tennyson ball pops out and it's lost forward there. So they're not been particularly accurate here. No, the play on, says the referee. I was wondering, I thought they were running towards a fight, but no. Playing on, and Murphy wants to use it. Because I think Carly's found a bit of space. And he puts a little chip in behind. It's not the worst option, you know. It's going to slow up as well. And Jenny's just calm. He reckons it's out of Stormers players. He's looking to try and take this quickly. You're going to actually have a look at this one. It is going to be a Connacht line out, so it did come off a Stormers player. Salman Murat's asking about the push. A little bit of a messy line, but Connacht win it back. Heffernan is wrapped up by Sally Sunday. Good tackle cover from the title. He's had a good outing actually at Sally Sunday. I think maybe a bit of a coming of age game, really. He's looked very comfortable at this level. Ball over the top, Hartzenberg. Hartzenberg coming away from 1 or 2. Eventually brought down, slightly isolated, but no Connacht players around ready to go for the jackal. Kalan to the left-hand side. Pami Gomezulu, Dan Duplessis, pop up to Snatler. Snatler, I think chip and chase maybe, but steps back aside. Now needs to try and work himself up. They've held him up very well, yes, and at least too lightweight to be going out high into a tackle. And they've actually ripped the ball in the tackle here, Connacht. So if this ball goes down, yeah, they actually said no. Change of possession. Hold up is the call. Just so good to see him on the field. Somebody else than that. At one stage, looked like that was going to be his career up after that car accident, and then had his issues with a bit of alcoholism and the likes of that, and found himself in a really bad place from a mental health point of view. But he's managed to get himself back online, and yeah, good to see him back out in the field.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to hear and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Well, apologies for that. I had a couple of technical issues, but big news is that Connacht are over, and the Stormers are now potentially with down to 40 men. By the way, just got to change the yellow card because Connacht is back to a full contingent. Stormers down to 14 men and down to a man in the scrum because Dion Free came on and then off. Stormers unloading their entire bench, and then Dion Free getting an injury within basically minutes of coming on. All of a sudden, it's off the post and out. Well, 31 points, 29 it will remain. But Stormers down to 14 men and worrying times now if you are a Stormers fan because this is not looking good at all. Just short, and Connacht have just been so good at keeping in the game. Warwick in the sin bin. Less than 50 minutes on the clock. Connacht now will be feeling confident. Goodness me, yeah, now stressful few minutes ahead for John Dobson and his side. 13 minutes left on the clock. A couple of very disgruntled Stormers fans, given the fact there's just 2 points in it. Very deep with the kickoff. Do well to stay in there. It's very good work, actually, in the end, coming from Shane Mullins. Sean Janssen carrying up strongly. And now Matthew Devine. Won't find too many meters there, Will Devine. He's right up against touchline, so it's about 5 meters just short of the getting up to the 10-meter line. So it's a nice opportunity here for Stormers. Slash Montgomery clearly calling a set move. So Connacht, by the way, just with one person remaining on the bench. That is Santiago Cordero. They've replaced the rest of the bench, and 2 points to go. Well, 2 points in it at the moment. Possession 50-50, territory 51-49. It's changed a lot as the game has gone by. And Paul de Wet comes on for Stormers. The final change of the afternoon. And he will go into scrum off, which is not a given, actually. He can cover wing Paul de Wet if he needs to. So there goes Stefan Ungra. So Stormers have loaded the entire bench. Just Cordero to come off for Connacht. 12 minutes on the clock. JJ Kotza goes to the back. Well taken in the end. Fajeli Shikling with that ball's gone straight down and forward. So sloppy from the Stormers. And Connacht, I think, starting to get a bit of the Stormers players' skins, to be honest. And why not? They've got the momentum, Connacht, and 3 points gets them a win at the moment. And again, they've both got the 4-try bonus points. So if you're Connacht, you basically just need to get yourself into Stormers territory. If you get a penalty, you take the 3 points. That puts you in the lead. Pushing before the ball. It's going to be a free kick, actually, for Connacht. The referee is going to have a reset. Bernard Matonga, by the way, coming on for his debut earlier. Zimbabwean-born loosehead. So URC debut has featured in the Champions Cup once. I think he got. I think he started actually against the Harlequins in that away game. But just the one cap in the URC, and penalty now for Stormers, and it's a huge penalty to win. Collapsing the scrum is the call. Looking for the call, and they decide to go to the line of the Stormers. I think just try to run the clock down, really. And also just run the clock down with Warren Lunt in the bin. But he's a really nice player, Bernard Matonga. Now that the call's come in to go for the poles, yeah, that's a bit of a strange decision to go to the corner. But played for Martin in the Varsity Cup. I think that's where most people probably would know Bernard Matonga if they watched the Varsity Cup. Nice player, good with ball in hand. And you can see the frustration coming from the Connacht coaching staff. And they changed. The head coach left just before they flew out. So it's been quite a tumultuous week. So imagine, I mean, they were to get a win away from home. It would be a huge moment for them. But now Sasha to try and put a bit of daylight between the Stormers and Connacht. It won't actually take them more than a try away. It will take them a converted try away. But 34 points to 29 means that to convert a try will put Connacht back in the lead. An important kick this, though, because if he misses this, Connacht's still within that 3-point range. Has struck it well, though, and it does go to the poles. So 34 points to 29. Eight minutes on the clock. Can the Stormers hold out? Go deep with the restart. Good take that from Ruben van Heerden, but under a lot of pressure here from Connacht. Paul de Wet pops it up short. Connacht desperately trying to get over that ball and try and win a penalty. Cordero is on for Mullins. Now Paul de Wet goes to the boot, lifts it high in the air, won't find touch. And eventually one back. Ball back inside. But Connacht does very well there. So Connacht with ball in hand. Storm is still down to 14 men, by the way. Worth reminding. They go with the cross kick to where that space is going to be, but slightly overcooked. And it'll go into the touch on the full. And down for a bit of cramp here looks like Hartzenberg. I'm sure that's a bit of gamesmanship. Just try and slow things down a little bit. Not sure it's really the right play, to be honest, to go for that cross kick. I don't think it was the worst option. Just overcooks the kick too much. If that was about 4 meters inside, it could have been interesting, but it's actually well out. So, line out on the halfway line, which is the line where he kicked it. Room for Heerden coming for the 4-man line out. But they steal it to Connacht. Oh, Cheapers have gone flying in there. Penalty advantage comes in. There's not a good looking tackle there, I think, from Connor Evans it was. Oh, sorry, Lonell rather. Now chip over the top from Carty. Bounces into the path of Slayman Hartson, but they'll go back for the penalty. So opportunity now for Connacht to kick to the corner. Warwick should be able to come on now, so it should be down to 15 on 15. By my estimation. Dangerous tackle is the call. Carty needs to find a good touch find. Yeah, 6 minutes left on the clock. Wasn't particularly happy with it. You can see why. It's halfway between the 22 and the 10. But there comes Warwick. So 15 on 15 for the final few minutes. Connacht with the momentum as well as the advantage from a field position and a lineup point of view. That was a pretty awful tackle, to be perfectly honest. To the right-hand side. Coming back inside of Connacht. Good work this year from Cordero. Bit of space. Look at his face. He's off. He's just short here. That's brilliant work. Connacht are 10 meters out. To the left-hand side. Ball through. I tell you what, they're just short. He's got grounding. I think he's just short. If it wasn't for the post, he would have been over. Oh, he's dropped it forward. Oh, that's drama. Connacht with the break, and then it's always a tight head, isn't it? It's always a tight head. Jack Unja, look at the entire Connacht staff are on their feet. They can't believe it. It was a phenomenal break early on by David Hawkshaw. And the ball back inside to Matthew Devine, and he was agonizingly close to going over. Looked like, I want to say it was Joe Joyce, and just couldn't turn up against the poles. So scrum now for the Stormers. That was almost it. And you've got to be taking that. You really do have to be taking that. It's like up here. It's really not that difficult. Oh, I think he's just drop kicked the radio, has the Connacht interim coach. And see what it means to them. Because what a result it would be for them to be able to come here after the sacking of their head coach just before they left. And it's a massive swing. As I said, right now as it stands, they're on 35 points. A win puts them on 38 points. So that puts them 1 point behind Munster. It's a huge swing. And an away win down in Cape Town. And it actually would actually put them in the top 8. Penalty for the Stormers. It actually put them in the top 8, actually, because obviously the Stormers would lose the 3 points they've currently got now getting a victory. 2 coaching staff that are not looking to be particularly happy. In fact, difficult to see who's the more stressed out one right now. Sasha just needs to make sure he gets it out. That's his priority. I think Connacht might have just missed their chance. That was so close from them. And angling in is the call. Paul DeVet not putting the ball in as well. a good throw of that from Kotzer. Looking for Roddy Moore, yeah, just trying to give a bit of time here, the Stormers, as the clock edges towards 77 minutes. Tackle is the call here from the maul. Paul DeVest not going to go to the boot, try and send Connacht as far back as possible, make them build them deep. Should be relatively competitive. Ben Loader will give chase. Shane Jennings underneath it, does well to Shane Jennings. Gets the offload away as well. And Connacht all the way back inside their own half with just over 2 minutes to go. Good hands, though. There's a bit of space. Comes back inside. It's Cordero. He's got plenty of space. And pace. Spins around with Oliver Boyle. Not the best pass, but Carty sees a bit of space on the right-hand side. Kian Prendergast just goes straight as the Connacht captain. Inside ball. Back to Boyle. Carty comes in and helps out. Ball pops out and penalty to Connacht. Right by the halfway line. And off his feet as JD Strickland is the call. So an opportunity once again. Connacht will now be able to kick this downfield. Stormers coach staff all on their feet. Some nervous striding happening in both coaching boxes. Can't kick a goal. It's not enough. And Carty needs to find a good touch finder. It doesn't look terrible. I think he'll be just outside the 22. Connacht slowly and surely edging closer. Yeah, I can see these hands not supporting his body weight either. There's JD Strickland clearly on his knees. Should have let go, to be honest. No need to really go for the steal. And now just outside the 22. Can Connacht spoil their day of the home fans? Show and go there from Cathal Ford. Carty. Long pass out wide. Comes back inside. It's Piers O'Connor. Still going. Just short of the 22. Clean ball for Devine. Options here for Connacht. Need to be clever here. Look to straighten. Back down the right-hand side. Carty. Was it offside? No, says the referee. Ball over the top. There's space here for Jennings. Jennings comes back on the inside. Good tackle from Sash Famagomazulu. Short. Janssen's been very good. Five phases ago. I think about 6 phases now for Connacht. Space! Space! Cordero straightens! Cordero's going to go over! He is over! Kick to come. Have they done it? Well, it'll be at least a draw here from Connacht. What a bizarre result. But Cordero, I tell you what, that is international quality. That's the difference, isn't it? That's the difference. The step back inside, the turn of pace, he hands with Warwick Galant. The Stormers fans cannot believe it. Jack Carty will have the kick to break their hearts further. But goodness me, how have they thrown this away? Cordero's been absolutely electric. The clock has gone red. The hooter has gone. This is the final moment of the game. And they've just leveled it. Now, will they go back and look at the obstruction? The TV director's shown it. But it's the show and go. Gets away from Warwick Galant. The referee had no issue with the obstruction earlier. Will they go back and look at it? That is the question. They are going to go back and look at it. The TMO could save Stormers here. Well, the Stormers fans are going to send a very, very nice bonus, I think, to the TV director. So having a look over here, Jack Carty runs into Evan Ruiz. Evan Ruiz, I mean, he only reacts. Yeah, I think it probably should be a penalty. Ironically, he doesn't actually complain until the tackle's eventually made. No try. Well, how's that for saving? The saving grace. No try is the call. Controversial. If it wasn't for the TV director showing that replay, I'm not convinced they would have gone back and had a look. Hey, I tell you what, Stormers fans, you can throw the TMO a lovely brandy and coke his way, because that is just, he's bailed you out there big time. I mean, you could argue the ref should make the call, but I don't think they would have had a look, actually, to be honest. Goodness me. Final score, 34 points, 29. That is as much drama as you could possibly get in a game. Connacht coach on the side of the field already. He's absolutely fuming, I think. But, well, there we go. Final score, 34 points, 29. The Stormers squeaking. Squeaking. I mean, they literally had lost it. And then they had but to go, I can have a look. So, final score there, 34-29. People, thank you very much for joining me. And we'll see you guys all next time for another watch along. Stormers getting the result against Connacht. And, yeah. Lucky. A few more minutes and one dummy runner short. And they could have actually come up short there. Connacht, it's a good showing from them. Still alive in the competition, but that'll be a big knock to their chances. That's 3 points they could have desperately needed. People, thank you very much. Smash like on the video on the way out. Subscribe to the channel.